I have kept recording. See, this molecule contains, see, in organic chemistry. Okay, in organic chemistry, IUPAC name of this compound is written with this geometric isomerism. See here, this molecule contains 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 corners. Okay, and I kept this video also in a online revision class it is. So it is 10 carbons. 10 means what is root word beta? What is root word for the 10 carbons? Dec. Okay, dec. And having this molecule is having not deca, dec. This molecule has 4 double bonds. Could you see? 1 double bond, 2 double bond, 3, 4. So for double bond, ene. How many? 4 double bond. Tetraene. See here. Decatetraene. Decatetraene. Or you can say decatetraene. Okay. Decatetraene it is. Decatetraene. So now, see, and you have cis and trans. See, now here is a group going up, and here is also group is going up. So now to this double bond, the two groups, identical groups are going up. Okay, means it is cis. Then from regarding this double bond, the groups are coming down. Means the up is hydrogens. Okay, so at 2 position double bond which is cis, at 4 which is a cis. Now between the 6th and 7th carbons, there is one more double bond, and the groups which are going like this, opposite direction. So at the 6th position, the double bonds are in opposite direction. It is what? Trans, 6th trans, and once again 8 and 9, one more double bond which is having cis isomers. Okay, so it is what? Something special molecule. 2 cis, 4 cis, 6 trans, 8 cis, decatetraene. Okay, you will find this. You'll find this. You'll find this in inbox questions like these questions. You prepare, please. Okay. Now today we'll discuss electron migration effects. I have already sent you the notes also. Please go through it. Listen, all of you better. It's a request to you, all of you. Please go through the videos and go through my notes and learn them. So please, now today is electron migration effects. Electron migration effects. Electron migration effect. Effect means effect only, which can affect. The next, migration means movement. Migration means movement. Then who is moving here? Electrons are moving. And we know that in the molecule, the electrons will be in the form of a bond. In the form of a bond. And organic compounds always have covalent bond. Always have a covalent bond. So this covalent bond can be of a sigma bond or maybe of a pi bond. So in organic compounds, you see that the bond is moving. Okay, in few molecules, sigma bond is moving, and in few molecules, pi bond is moving. So the bond is moving. Intaki bond ekkadiki veltundi? Okay, for Rajneesh. Okay, the bond is moving in organic compounds. The bond can move. What is that bond? Sigma or pi bond. इतने को ये bond किधर move हो रहा? जैसे शोले फिल्म में पूछता ना. Okay, आखिर ये suicide क्यों करना चाह रहा है ऐसा धर्मेंद्र को? Okay, so the bond is moving. There is sigma or pi bond. Where this bond is moving? Remember, always the bond means electrons. The bond means electrons. So the electrons will move in favor of a small atom. The small atom is what? Which is having the more nuclear charge. The one which is more nuclear charge is called as electronegative atom. Electronegative atom. Is that clear? So always, whether it is a sigma bond or pi bond, always it will move towards the electronegative atoms, which is having more positive charge, more nuclear charge. So this movement of electrons, is called electron migration effect. Okay, it is seen in organic compound. In the case, okay, what for this electron migration effect is learned. What is the use of this? Yes, because We know that the carboxylic acids, by name itself, carboxylic acids are acids. For acids, the pH will be less than 7, of course. So now, how this acidic behavior will be decreased or increased? Because in an acid, if you put a few groups, XYZ groups, that XYZ group sometimes may increase the acidic nature or sometimes may decrease acidic nature. So what is happening in the presence of this XYZ group? Okay, now, so that is explained by electron migration effects. So in what case, in what group's presence, the acid can be acting as strong acid or weak acid. Okay, and the amines. Okay, amines. The organic amines means derivatives of ammonia. Ammonia is NH3. All of you know that. Ammonia is NH3. One by one, by removal of hydrogens of ammonia with alkyl group R. Okay, alkyl group. Alkyl group means what? By removal of one hydrogen from alkane, you get alkyl. So if it is methane, methane is alkane. What will be its alkyl group, beta? Alkane minus one hydrogen. Okay, from the alkane, by removal of, I want response please. Okay, from the alkane by removal. Okay, alkane by removal of one hydrogen, you get alkyl. You will get one alkyl group. So what is the formula for alkane? CnH2n plus 2. CnH2n plus 2 is alkane. Remove one hydrogen. So what do you get here? CnH2n plus 1. So the simplest alkane is, simplest means smallest one, CH4. From the methane, CH4, remove the hydrogen. What you get, beta? CH3. What do you get? CH3. The CH3 is called as alkyl. So one carbon, meth. So alk means number of carbons. Alkane become alkyl. Methane become a methyl. So ethane become a, by loss of hydrogen, ethyl. Propane become a propyl. Butane become a butyl. So one by one, replacing the hydrogens of ammonia. See all of you. Ammonia. Ammonia is what? NH3. All of you know. The ammonia is pyramidal in shape, having the lone pair on the nitrogen. Is that clear? We know the all the history of ammonia. Okay, where nitrogen undergoes sp3 hybridization, it has to be tetrahedral, but do not be in tetrahedral. Something special, pyramidal shape due to lone pair bond for repulsions. Okay, now, so pyramidal in shape with an angle of 107 degrees. You people know all the history of ammonia. So, listen, ammonia is a base. What is that? Ammonia is a base according to Lewis theory. What is that? Ammonia is a base according to Lewis theory. Listen carefully. Listen, all of you. According to Lewis acid base theory, ammonia is base because any electron pair donor, it is having the electron pair in the form of a lone pair on the nitrogen. On the nitrogen. So this ammonia can act as electron pair donor. And this electron pair donor is called as Lewis base. It's called as Lewis base. Whereas according to, listen, whereas according to Bronsted-Lowry acid base theory, Bronsted-Lowry, Lowry. Okay, two scientists are there. Bronsted-Lowry acid base theory, the ammonia is amphoteric. You know what is amphoteric? Which can act as both acid and base. Different people propose different theories, so different molecules react as different. Okay, जिसके मर्जी में जो जो बोल लिया, जिसके मर्जी में ऐसे molecules भी बोल ले रहा. Okay, so here according to Lewis base theory, acid base theory, it is electron pair donor Lewis base. So if you replace one by one the hydrogens of ammonia, say if you replace one of the hydrogen of ammonia with alkyl R. Okay, R is alkyl. Okay, this R is alkyl means just remove the hydrogen from the alkane, you get R. So if you put here methyl, it is alkyl. Now this become what? Amine. Since only one nitrogen is attached, primary amine. One carbon is attached, primary amine. If one more is attached, methyl, two carbons are attached to nitrogen, secondary amine. Or in the same way, you can replace with the third one. It is called as tertiary amine. So in with this primary amine, okay, RNH2, secondary amine, R2NH, secondary amine, R in tertiary amine, triple R, R3N. Still, the lone pair is present. So remember, this tertiary amine, secondary amine, primary amine, all can donate electron pair as they have lone pair on the nitrogen. So they can act as Lewis base. So among them, which is strong base? Which is strong base? Is that clear? All are electron pair donors, whether it is primary, secondary, or tertiary. All are electron pair donors, but which is a strong base, which is strong donor? Here, see, it depends upon the nature of groups attached. It depends upon the nature of groups attached. Here, the methyl groups which are attached, listen here, these are what? Electron donating groups. They are called as electron donating groups. Means these methyl groups donate the electrons to the nitrogen. So in tertiary amine, there are three groups which can donate the electron to the nitrogen. So what is happening here? This sigma bond is moving towards a nitrogen. So tell me why this sigma bond moving towards a nitrogen? Why this sigma bond is moving towards the nitrogen? Tell me beta, why this sigma bond is moving towards the nitrogen? Because nitrogen is electronegative. Now nitrogen is bond to take electron from carbon because carbon is less electronegative than the nitrogen. So it is a nature that always the bond will move towards electronegative atom. Electronegative atom. Okay. So here see what is happening here in the tertiary amines along with the lone pair of electron which can donate electron pair, these 1, 2, 3, three alkyl groups are there which are electron pair donors. So all the three groups donate the electron to the nitrogen. So on the nitrogen, what happens? Along with the lone pair, what happens? Electron density from these groups 1, 2, 3. So the electron pair density increases 3 times. Okay, అంటే ఈ లోన్ పేర్ తో పాటు ఏముంది, ఈ మూడు గ్రూప్స్ కూడా ఎలక్ట్రాన్స్ ఇస్తున్నాయి కాబట్టి ఏమవుతుంది, because of this electron donating group, what happens? The electron density increases. So what happens? This tertiary amine can donate electron pair very fast. So therefore what happens? Any amine which donates electron pair fast and fast is called a strong base. So tertiary amine is stronger base than secondary because three groups are which are donating a electron pair. Or if it is secondary amine, means what here? Here, what is that? Only to the nitrogen, only two carbon groups attached. One is hydrogen. So the number of electrons donated by hydrogen will be less or not compared to methyl? Of course, less. Why? Because hydrogen has only one electron. It can donate only one electron. But methyl has total how many electrons? 9 electrons. So these two methyl groups donates 9 plus 9. Okay, but hydrogen can donate only one electron. So in the case of tertiary amine, the donation of electrons to the nitrogen is less. So compared to the tertiary amine on the nitrogen, in secondary amine, electron density is less. So I'll remove this electron. So in secondary amine, the electron density is less. So compared to tertiary amine, who can donate? Compared to the secondary and tertiary, who can donate electron very fast? Tertiary. So secondary will donate slowly. So okay. So tertiary is stronger base and secondary is a weaker base compared to tertiary. And in the same way, if I replace one more methyl with hydrogen, now it is what? Primary. So in primary, only one group is there which is donating electron. So in a primary amine on the nitrogen, electron density is lesser than tertiary, lesser than secondary. So therefore, the donation of electron pair by primary amine is slower. Therefore, slower the donation of electron pair, weaker is the basic nature. So here say amines all are Lewis bases. All the amines are Lewis bases, but tertiary amines are stronger bases than the secondary. Secondary is stronger than the primary. So how we explain this? Based on the groups attached. Based on the groups attached, which are donating the electrons. Which are donating the electrons. So donation of electron means what? Movement of a bond. Yes or not? Movement of a bond. So here see from the group electrons are moving towards a nitrogen. So what is happening here? Electrons are migrating. Electrons are migrating. So electron migration effects explains the acidic strength of carboxylic acids, phenols, basic strength of amines, basic strength of amines, and you have carbocations, carbon ions, and free radicals. Okay, means carbocation means carbon positive, carbon ion means carbon negative, then carbon free radical means carbon neutral. So as they have charges, they're unstable. So in presence of what type of groups, they are stable. So electron migration effects not only explain the acidic basic strength, they explain stability of intermediates. So all these to explain that you need electron migration effects. Ante oka reaction lo in a reaction how reactant convert into product, how reactants convert into product, that step by step arrangement is called as mechanism. Means conversion of reactants into product takes place by breaking of old bonds in the reactant, formation of new bonds in the product. So meanwhile, reactant to product, lot of changes are occurring. So if you arrange all these steps step by step, arrange them, it is called reaction mechanism. So in the reaction mechanism, the electron migration effects are having lot of effect importance. So this you have. Okay, so for this, yeah, I have sent you the certain videos and notes. Please watch it. Okay, so here, how many types of electron migration effects are there? Chudandi ikkada videos watch cheyandama please. Okay, in electron migration effects, electron migration effects, it is also called as bond polarization, bond polarity. Here you have totally C beta 4. In your book you find 4. Okay, but if you see the notes, I have given you one more inductomeric effect. A small line is given. Okay, the first one is inductive effect. The first one is inductive effect. Inductive effect. Then is electromeric effect. The next is electromeric effect. And next mesomeric effect. Mesomeric effect. See, it is also called as resonance effect, but small difference will be there in the resonance effect. Okay. And next, last one is hyperconjugation. Hyperconjugation. Okay. So these are different effects where you see movement of bond towards electronegative atom. Towards electronegative atom or electronegative system. So sometimes you may not have other than the carbon, but carbon itself is at one end you may find with positive charge. And it's called as carbocation. So you have alkyl carbocations, vinyl carbocations, allyl carbocations, benzyl carbocations. So always the bond means electron pairs move towards the positive charged species. So see here, in the case of inductive effect, sigma bond is moving. Sigma bond electrons are moving. Whereas in case of electromeric effect, pi bond is moving. And in case of mesomeric effect, the pi bond will move and or lone pair of electrons also will move. But for this, conjugation is important, required. Whereas in whereas in hyperconjugation, sigma bond will move towards the sigma bond will move towards the pi bond. Okay, which is very, very special. You please watch the videos. Ardhamautunda? Vinali. Okay, hyperconjugation. Hyperconjugation. And so see, which of the bond moving in the inductive effect? Pi or sigma? Sigma bond movement. In the sigma bond movement in inductive effect. And in which only pi bond is moving, electromeric effect and mesomeric effect. Okay, in electromeric effect and mesomeric effect, pi bond is moving. In mesomeric effect or resonance, lone pair also moves. And next, in hyperconjugation, sigma and pi bond both are moving. Okay, moving. Okay, and next, one more cutoff here. Out of this four, see here, out of this four, in one of the effect, partial movement of bond is there. Okay, only out of this four, only one of them shows partial movement, that is inductive effect. Okay, in which the bond is moving partially, whereas in the electromeric effect, mesomeric effect, hyperconjugation, the bond moves complete. So you know that as a bond is moving complete, see here all of you. In the case of inductive effect, what happens as the bond is moving partially? Okay, the bond is moving partially means what? The bond is very close to this second carbon. Okay, the bond is moving very close to second carbon. Say it is what? X. Let it X. The bond is CX bond, in which the bond is moving partially. This partially, you have to write the arrow sign on the bond. So what happens? Because of this movement, the X gets partially negative charge and carbon losing electron partially positive charge. Okay. Whereas in case of electromeric effect, mesomeric effect, hyperconjugation, the total bond is moving and which involves movement of pi bond. So see here, the bond is totally moving on the one of the atom. So total shift. Okay, for total shift, you have to show with the complete arrow. See here, the complete arrow is used, which is curved. The arrow is used, which is curved. And just this bond is shifted and sitting on this carbon. Okay, so what happens? You get something like result like this. See, Sri Ram, Sai Krishna. So here, the second bond is what? Pi bond. This is shifting totally. Okay, for sake of convenience, I'm drawing like this. This is what? Blue color. This bond is shifted. Therefore, for this carbon, gain of electron. For first carbon, loss of electron. So complete transfer gives a complete positive charge, complete negative charge. Then partial gives a partially positive charge and partially negative charge. So one thing is completed. Clear? So in which of the electron migration effects where the bond is moving partially? In inductive effect. In inductive effect, the bond moves partially, where in all other the complete transfer of bond takes place. Then one more thing. Okay, one more thing. We'll cut off one more thing here. Okay na? ఇంకోటి సబ్ట్రాక్ట్ చేస్తే బికాస్ అప్పుడు ఈజీగా నోట్స్ చదువుకుంటూ వెళ్ళిపోవచ్చు, వీడియో చూడొచ్చు. ఓకే, నెక్స్ట్ అవుట్ ఆఫ్ దిస్ how many are permanent effects? ఎప్పుడు మాలిక్యూల్ how many are permanent effect, how many are temporary effect? Okay, always any effect which always be in the molecule which is known as permanent. ఆల్వేస్ అంటే మాలిక్యూల్ నిద్రపోతున్నా, కూర్చున్నా, పడుకున్నా, ఎక్కడికి పోయినా, ఏ రూమ్ లోకి వెళ్ళినా కానీ మాలిక్యూల్ ఎప్పుడు ఎఫెక్ట్ చూపిస్తూనే జరుగుతూనే ఉంటుంది. ఓకే, an effect which is continuously always takes place in the molecule is called as permanent effect. And there is one effect, only one effect, listen all of you, there is only one effect which takes place only during the reaction, and that is electromeric effect. Remember, this electromeric effect is temporary. This is what? Temporary effect it is. Okay, this is temporary effect only seen during the reaction. During the reaction, in presence of reagent. In presence of a reagent. Please note this point. Intunara? Whatever I'm telling is 100% pakka sure. This electromeric effect is temporary, which is only during a reaction in presence of reagent. Reagent ఉంటేనే కనిపిస్తుంది లేకపోతే లేదు. Whereas inductive effect, mesomeric effect, or resonance effect, or hybridation, they are a permanent effect. Always be in the molecule. ఎప్పుడు ఉంటాయి. Always be in the molecule. Please keep it up. Okay, note this point in the mind. Understand? And one more thing. Okay, one more thing. Listen, all of you. Always learn the differences like this. Okay, now one more difference I'm going to tell you. One more difference. Now, you know the saturation and unsaturation. Okay, saturation and unsaturated. Meaning of saturated. Saturated means happy. I'm satisfied. I'm saturated. I'm happy. I'm unsatisfied. I'm unsatisfied. I'm unhappy. I'm unsaturated. So please tell me, between the sigma and pi bond, which is stable bond? Between the sigma and pi bond, which is stable bond? Fatafat, I want answer. Sigma bond is stable. Okay, means the sigma bond is stable due to linear, complete, thorough overlap. Okay, where pi bond is weak overlapping sidewise. So the pi bond electrons are mobile, delocalizing. So pi bond is weak bond, sigma bond is a strong bond. So any organic compound, any carbon compound which contain only sigma bonds, only sigma bonds. What is that called? Sigma means CC sigma bond, CH sigma bond. What is it called? Saturated. It's called as saturated. And if it is any organic compound, if it is any organic compound contain pi bond also, along with sigma, pi bond is there. Such compound is called as unsaturated. Unsaturated. So example for unsaturated beta: alkenes, alkynes, yes or not? Alkenes, alkynes, then aromatic compounds means benzene like compounds. Okay, so they contain pi bond along with a sigma. So pi bond is weak. So see here. Now the next, what is division? Out of all these, okay, saturated and unsaturated. అంటే పై బాండే కాకుండా, not only pi bond, sometimes see why elements, simple logic, why elements, why atoms have a tendency to form bond. We know that why atoms or elements have tendency, eagerness to form bond: stability, to get stability. How the stability is obtained? How the stability is obtained? By getting octet. Means every atom or every element want to get 8 electrons in their outermost shell. So carbon, when it will get 8 electrons in its outermost shell, beta? Carbon, when it will get 8 electrons, if it is having 4 bonds. Is that clear? If the carbon has 4 bonds around it, then it will become water. Then it will be water. Stable, yes or not? It will complete its octet. Is that clear? So if it is carbon is positive charge, carbon is a positive charge, carbon is in a positive charge, that is called a carbocation. So remember, when carbon is positive charge, it will have only 3 bonds. 3 bonds. So one bond is 2 electrons. 3 bonds means how many electrons are there? 6 electrons. So carbon with 7 electrons, carbon 6 electrons is unhappy. So remember, anything which is having less than octet electron, or anything which is having charge, is also unsaturated. Is also unsaturated. So please note this point. Okay, without any charge, without any pi bond is there. Okay, so if any molecule is without any charge or without any unsaturation, is called saturated. So please note this better. I'm making here 2 divisions. The inductive effect, listen all of you, inductive effect is seen in both, okay, both saturated and unsaturated. Into the double dhamaka. Okay, the inductive effect is seen in both saturated and unsaturated. Means the molecule will have only sigma bonds, and they may have charges, or they may have pi bonds also. So inductive effect is seen in both saturated and unsaturated. And this is limited up to 4 carbons. Limited up to 4 carbons. Okay. Whereas remaining these 3. Okay. Electromeric effect, mesomeric effect, hyperconjugation. These are seen in unsaturated. These are seen in unsaturated. చూసారా మొత్తం టాపిక్ పైన గ్రిప్ వస్తే మనకి ఈ పాయింట్స్ కవర్ అవుతాయి యాజ్ అ డిఫరెన్స్. ఓకే, ద ఎలక్ట్రోమెరిక్ ఎఫెక్ట్, మీజోమెరిక్ ఎఫెక్ట్, హైపర్ కాంజుగేషన్ దిస్ సీన్ ఇన్ అన్సాచురేటెడ్. అర్థమవుతుందా? అర్థమైందా? అండ్ వన్ మోర్ థింగ్ రిమెంబర్, I have given you one more notes, conjugated effect. Conjugative video కూడా ఇచ్చాను, conjugated system. Okay, so to show the mesomeric effect, to show the mesomeric effect or resonance, okay, to show the mesomeric effect or resonance, the conjugation is required. So for this mesomeric effect, conjugation is required. Conjugation means alternation. Okay, so the mesomeric effect or resonance effect seen in a conjugated system. What is conjugated system? Just now I wrote that. Okay, a double bond next is single bond. After that, double bond, single bond. Any compound contain the alternated double bonds and single bonds called as conjugated system. Like your benzene is there. Okay, that is cyclohexane. It is a cyclohexane. Is it having any double bond? No, saturated. But if I put here double bond, it is cyclohexane. Now one more, cyclohexadiene. Then one more, cyclohexatriene. Array, manaku telసిన molecule, famous molecule benzene. What is this one? Benzene. But if you see in this molecule, between the two double bonds, say DB means double bond. Between the double bonds, there is a single bond. So whenever you have a system like double bond separated by sigma bond, single bond is conjugated. So after double bond, once again sigma bond, and this is double bond. Then double bond, in between them is sigma bond, single bond. Okay, so this is what pi conjugation. Between two pi bonds, there is one sigma. So wherever you have such like conjugation, so in conjugate system, you will see resonance or mesomeric effect, where delocalization of pi bonds takes place. The movement of pi bonds takes place alternatively in order to stabilize the molecule, because any compound having pi bond is more energy, and unsaturated, unstable. To increase their stability, what happens? The pi bond will shift from one place to another place. This movement is called as delocalization of pi bond alternatively, is called resonance. Is called resonance. This effect is called resonance effect or mesomeric effect. So here in this case, what happens? The pi bond is moving towards a sigma. See here, this is pi bond and this is a sigma. So pi bond is moving towards sigma. This is called resonance effect. So please make a note that mesomeric effect or resonance effect seen in where conjugated system, where others electromeric effect, inductive effect, hyperconjugation, no need any conjugation. And special case in hyperconjugation, the pi bond will be in a conjugation with C alpha sigma bond. C alpha sigma bond. Special case that is. Okay. So time అయిపోయింది. Please watch the videos and go through the notes. Videos చూసుకుంటూ notes prepare చేయాలి. మీరు అర్థమవుతుందా? You have to prepare the notes and submit me. I'll ask you questions in